it's really interesting, isn't it, that as we draw to a close and reflect back on our time together, so many of those things that we talked about in that panel discussion on the Saturday morning, that seems such a long time ago now, I think hopefully we've been able to bring them to life through the presentations and through the demonstrations in the afternoon, and hopefully as well through those informal discussions that you'll all have had between yourselves at various points throughout TechABreak. So we are drawing to the final bit of time together now. So we're going to call on our CEO Julian to come and join us, and we've also got our Chair of Trustees Tony with us here as well, who are going to make some closing remarks. Julian.
Thanks, Mark.
Tony.
That's great. Yeah, what a great weekend it's been. As Mark said, we had the panel session at the beginning where we kicked off with the question, what do you want to see in the future? We talked about live video and wearables, having an AI friend, and also having training for all so that people are equipped to use this technology, which is really important. Jackie Brown talked about Braille literacy, the access of digital data for Braille books and how that was expanding. And then we had Tommy and Jamie talk about the mobility tech with the biped Noah, the WeWalk, demonstrated by the wonderful Darren in his assistant mode. And we had Azumi from Asherays, who flew over here from Norway to be with us yesterday, which was amazing, and to show us the haptic footwear, which is a really exciting innovation that she shared with us. We then came back and we had lunch, and we came back to listen to Amos and Luke from Glidance and to understand the philosophy around the glide as well as the technology. And it talked about dynamic obstacle avoidance and how that's coming on, as well as sort of the static avoidance of objects in front of you. We were joined in the exhibition by Humanware, Bristol Braille, and Sight and Sound Technology, and people have said how great it was to have time to get hands-on that they don't often get, and to have time to experiment and find out about it. And it was great. I was sitting at breakfast this morning with a couple of guys, and the person next to me said it was a bit of a shame I didn't get a chance to try the Meta Ray-Bans, or would we like to have done that? And then the person sitting next to him said, well, I've got a pair, meet me at lunch and I'll show you, you can have a go with mine. And I thought that just encapsulates really what TAVIP and TechABreak are all about. It's like people helping each other out and having a go. So I thought that was really nice. We had two excellent masterclasses after the Glide session, one on programming and one on mastering Microsoft Office. And then we've had the excellent sessions today, really interesting and very practical examples. And yeah, I'm not sure I'm ready to rely on AI for my train times yet.
Please don't.
But we'll keep... I'm driving. I won't ask it for my driving directions either, I don't think. But what it also showed is that this has been a taster of lots of topics, and people have said, well, I think Lynn said, that's great. Can you help help set up my smart plugs? How do I do that? And I think what we'll be doing is it's created lots of ideas about masterclasses and sessions of sort of next steps, practical steps, setting up your smart tech at home, setting up the Chat GPT or Gemini Live to work for you, customizing your prompts. So there's lots that we can do, I think, to share knowledge and experience and to go deeper so that you feel not just you know about the technology, but that you feel confident in using it and how to set it up. So we've got a few things coming up in the next couple of weeks. We've got on this coming Wednesday, we've got a career talk. TAVIP starting a new series called TAVIP Career Talks, where we're going to be talking to people who use tech in their career or work in tech. And on Wednesday evening, we've got a masterclass with Patrick Moran, who's a cyber security expert, visually impaired, and he's sharing his experience of working in that interesting sector. We've got a monthly Tech Chat Forum coming up on the 2nd of October. We've got a follow-up programming masterclass with Tony on the 22nd of October. And we've got a visit to the National Museum of Computing near Bletchley Park on Wednesday the 29th of October. So there's loads going on. And I've just chatted to David Quarmby this morning, and he's happy to help set up a webinar when he gets his Envision Solos glasses, doing a wearables sort of showdown of the different wearables and talking about the pros and cons. So we're looking forward to that, David. So it's been a great weekend. Thank you so much for taking part. There's lots coming up. If you're not on the email list, sign up as a member and we'll add you to that so that you get regular updates. And with that, I'm just going to then hand over to Tony to do a final concluding comments.
Okay, thank you, Julian. Just before I get to the closing thank yous, I'd just like to float one idea. We had an away day for trustees on Friday, and among the many ideas that were discussed at that was the possibility, we feel, that we might create a AI subgroup in the same sense that we've got the computing and coding subgroup. We don't entirely know what the AI subgroup might do, but we certainly know about some possibilities, such as putting together training materials or putting on masterclasses or other types of course about different AI applications or different large language models. There is kind of looking out for the VI community, trying to identify concerns like the inbuilt bias situation that I mentioned earlier, identifying other potential threats and opportunities. Going for grant funding, there will certainly be plenty of options for organisations to bid for funding in terms of things relating to AI and what that particular organisation does. So it's a sort of still fairly embryonic as an idea, but we would welcome people to get in touch if you think you'd like to be involved with that. And you may, when you get in touch to say that, you might put in your two penneth about what you think an AI subgroup could usefully do for TAVIP and the wider VI community. So let's see where that goes. I think there's a huge amount of potential there. So finally, I'd just like to thank very much the volunteer helpers who've been tremendously kind in giving their time and helping us get around this rather large building. They've really helped the weekend to go smoothly. I'd like to give a final thanks to the people from Guide Dogs who've actually made the audio-visual side of things go particularly smoothly and with really good quality audio and visuals. So thank you very much for that. It's been a terrific piece of support. So I wish you all well on your journeys home. It's going to be great to continue to hear from you all on the discussion list, as always, throughout the year. It's been a fantastic weekend. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you've got something concrete out of it. So take care all, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.